Hey gorgeous, if you've got more spots on your face than a Dalmatian, you need to stick around because my lovely guest and I today will be discussing pigmentation. Keep watching, it's time for Beauty Club. Hi and welcome to Beauty Club. I'm Monique and I'm so excited because today I have makeup artist to the stars and owner of Silhouette Beauty and co-owner of Silhouette Makeover Tours. This is Romina Lilley. Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Very good.
Very good. Now, Romina is originally from Argentina, best known as the beauty capital of the world, which is why I thought we'd get her into the studio to talk about something that bugs everybody, pigmentation. It drives me crazy. Now the reason it drives me crazy, and look, you might have the same problem too. If you've got pigmentation, you'll know you're probably looking like bottom lip pots covered in spots. It's not just freckles, it's those big brown patches all over your face. And for me, look, my friends have said I am so vain because I never leave the house without makeup, but it's because I've never liked my skin. So I thought I'd talk to Romina today and find out what's happening with pigmentation. So you're seeing people come into your clinic all the time with pigmentation. What does it look like?
Well, it looks like dark patches on the skin. It can be on your face, on your cheeks, on your upper lip, on your hands, just the age spots,
Right, gotcha. In fact, when I had a little bit of a look around Dr. Google, of course, because I like to do my research, I found terms like melasma, hyperpigmentation, age spots, liver spots. There seems to be so many names for it.
It's all for the same.
All for the same sort of thing.
Definitely.
So, of course, if you think you might have pigmentation on your skin, please do go and consult a professional. Go and talk to an esthetician or a dermatologist or a GP.
Yes, definitely, because they will tell you if what you've got is pigmentation or any other conditions.
Okay, really important. So let's talk about how we get pigmentation. How does it all happen?
Well, the thing is, it can be many reasons. It can be overexposure to the sun, and it can be, throughout having a peak in your skin, acne, blemishes.
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all been there.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. You've been told.
And it can become hereditary. Someone in your family that has that. If you spend a lot of time outside in the garden, or you spend a lot of time outside when you were younger, it can take 10 to 20 years actually for the pigmentation to develop. That can be a cause of it as well.
Shut the front door. I did not know that.
And also hormonal changes,
right.
Just pregnancy, if you are taking the pill, sometimes it can happen. If you're pregnant, you'll see that, you get that very fine black line and like darkened nipples. It's all that pigmentation because we've got this pigment in our skin called melanin, and what that is what gives you the tan in the summer, and also what can also produce some sunspots. Also, of course, UV light as well, because it penetrates very deeply on the skin.
Oh,
and
right.
Yes, and you can just get the sunspots from there as well.
Okay, so the sunlight or your hormonal changes stimulates the melanin production in your skin. And that's what causes it.
Yes.
Nailed. So now you know. Okay, so first thing, if you want to prevent pigmentation, what should you be doing?
Okay, rule number one, I'm gonna look at the camera.
Yeah.
Number one is just put sunscreen. If I could give you only one advice, would be that to look after your skin, sunscreen, because here in New Zealand, not ozone layer, the sun is really powerful, and you need to protect it.
Okay, so you've been told wear sunscreen from the expert. Okay, so we've talked about what pigmentation sort of looks like, how it comes about.
Yes.
Let's talk treatment. So I have, over the years, tried just about everything you can imagine. I have found some things that work, so do stick around because I've got some tips to share with you in some of our other shows. But let's first of all talk about laser treatment. What do you think about laser?
Laser is effective. It can cost a lot of money and it's throughout a lengthy amount of time. But I would recommend for people that has lighter skin, as if you have a bit of a darker skin, when they are treating the pigmentation with the laser, sometimes can even go on the skin that is is not pigmented and change the color of it. You know, you can get white blotches or...
Oh, wow. Actually, that did happen to a friend of mine. She loved the results on her pigmentation, but she did say she ended up with a few white patches. So, of course, you want to go to somebody who is qualified, certified, you know, read reviews, find out, you know, you want to go to somebody who's really top quality when it comes to something like that.
Yes,
is that right?
Laser is very intense therapy, and you know, you definitely need to do your research, get reviews. You know, if somebody tells you, you know, like a referral from somebody that has been, you know, I would really do that, and it can be one of the options that you can actually have for pigmentation. Okay,
brilliant, thank you. Now, one of the treatments I have tried was a bleaching cream that had a chemical in it called, an ingredient called hydroquinone. What do you think of that sort of product, and what sort of results have you seen?
Okay, they can be, you know, hydroquinone is quite a strong ingredient, and they can be, some people can use it and some people can't. And if you don't actually treat the skin properly, and if you don't apply sunscreen, you know, a lot of things can go wrong with it. And, you know, just it can actually do the adverse, you know, so you really need to be very, very careful with the products with hydroquinone.
Okay, so again, make sure you're wearing sunscreen. Unfortunately, when I tried it, I didn't wear sunscreen. I wasn't advised at the time. So make sure you, again, are going to see somebody who is qualified in recommending something like this. When I went out into the sun afterwards, because I didn't put on an SPF, I ended up with worse pigmentation. Is that quite common too, if you don't look after your skin?
Yes, definitely, you know, because when you're trying to get rid of the pigmentation, you know, all the treatments as laser or creams, you know, what they are doing is just targeting that area. So you really, really need to protect it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you know,
excellent.
It's not going to look as you want it.
Yeah, you've been told, all right? Okay, so we've tried hydroquinone, we tried laser. What are your thoughts on some of the organic products that you've been trying on the market?
Love them.
Oh, really?
Love them. I think it's
fantastic.
Why. They are preservative-free, no paraben, you know. A lot of very organic products works better with your skin because it's something, if you can eat it, you know, you can put it on your skin. Some of the creams that you have, you can't eat them. And why can't you eat them and then you put them on your skin? So, you know, it's very, organic are the best products that you can actually get.
Excellent. And we have been trialing some different products in an organic range, which are brightening, they're paraben free, there's no nasties in them, and they're producing brighter results. I've noticed with some of your clients, these products you've been using, they've loved the results of these brightening without those harsh bleaches.
Oh, definitely, definitely. One of my favorite products is the rose hip oil that I use. Is absolutely incredible. It nourishes the skin, it really intensively hydrates the skin, and you know, and even though it won't get rid of your pigmentation, when you put it on, it will get the skin color to the, you know, the color that it should be.
Oh, so and does it make your skin more even?
Definitely, definitely. And it's got omega-3s, and you know, it's just a very beautiful. It comes from the rose hip seed, and 3 drops, those fingers, you know, just going around with them just before you put your sunscreen and your foundation, and at night before you go to sleep, you know, so, you know, the skin regenerates and you can see the results.
So what you're actually doing is you're looking at actually creating more beautiful skin. So instead of aggressively treating the pigmentation, it's kind of your succession plan to have better skin long term, right?
Definitely, definitely. Even if you do any treatments for that, you really need to look after the skin afterwards.
So what about something like a deep exfoliating treatment like microdermabrasion? How does that work for pigmentation?
Absolutely fantastic, because a lot of problems with pigmentation as well is that we regenerate our cells all the time. So it's really nice to have a deep exfoliation and get rid of all those dead cells. And sometimes people say, oh look, I've got a marking here. And as soon as we do the microdermabrasion, you know, they just, oh, it's gone. So it wasn't actually a pigmentation, it was just a buildup of dead cells. So it's actually quite good to have one of those done once in a while. And you know, even just with some of the products that we've been trying, there is an exfoliant that's got almond shells. So it's absolutely amazing that you can use as well as the microdermabrasion. And this is something you can have home, do it once a week. Just put it in your, the same with the 3 fingers, just, you know, massaging it through. And you will get rid of all those cells as well.
Oh, we like that. And of course, once you get rid of those dead, dry skin cells on the surface, you end up with brighter skin, right?
Definitely.
Brighter, fresher skin.
Definitely.
Excellent. All right, so you've heard it there. That's different ideas on how to treat your pigmentation. Now, if somebody is going through treatment, so they might be having a laser or doing whatever treatment they decide to have.
Yes.
How do we cover our pigmentation and not end up either looking grey or like we're wearing a mask, or what's the secret when it comes to makeup?
Okay, well, for me, I was saying to Monique earlier on that for me, less is best. Okay, so if you have really bad and deep pigmentation, I recommend a really good concealer, okay, that you can just apply. Make it similar color to actually your skin, not going lighter on that, unless you do have to have a lot of coverage. And then, you know, only that, maybe a little bit of powder, maybe a little bit of blusher. If you are used to actually doing your makeup a bit heavier, then you can have a concealer and the foundation on top. Just make sure you don't put too many layers of it. Because otherwise it cakes and, you know, it just makes it look, you know, quite dry. And
I have to say, I have been I won't say a victim, but I have played that game of too much makeup because, look, seriously, when I've been to try makeup, they've either tried to match my skin and it's made my pigmentation stand out even worse, or they've tried to match my foundation to my pigmentation and I end up like I'm Miss Hawaiian Tropics 1997. Now, don't do that to yourself. What is the secret actually to getting the best perfect foundation?
Okay, 90% of the people that I see have the wrong color of foundation, and that happens for many reasons. They go to the malls, they try them inside the malls, you know, they trust that the person that is doing it have good lighting to actually do the good job. So I always said, I used to have a makeup class, and I used to say to the girls, listen, go to the counters, ask for a sample. You know, just the way that these people do it is that they just put it, you know, a little bit on your skin, or, you know, you can try it in your hand, but, you know, trying it in your hand is like trying it in your butt, you know, it's not going to be the same as your face, okay? So, you know, it's very important you try it on your face. And you just put a blot of foundation and just, you know, quite a bit. Don't put very little and then, you know, just sort of blend it out. You just put a bit and just see if it just goes and matches, you know, the face with the neck. You will see it, it's almost straight. And if you've got a few samples, you can actually see the difference, which I love doing that to my students as well, because they think, oh my God, that is so pink and that is so yellow. And depending on the base, you know, that we all have in our skin, what sort of makeup do we need to use? So, you know, don't be afraid to ask for samples and do it yourself. You'll feel so much better if you actually say, hey, this is my color, not that one, this one. And then, you know, feel really pretty.
It's all about embracing your personal power, isn't it?
Definitely.
So there you go. You've heard the tips here from the expert. It's all about prevention using a good quality SPF. You've been told. Step number 2, make sure you do a lot of research when it comes to your treatment. And in fact, if you'd like to have a look at some of the products we've personally been testing, head to the YourFix marketplace and you'll find out some of the products that we absolutely love. And step number 3 is get a really good foundation and a really good concealer, and less is best.
Yes.
Romina, thank you so much for sharing your secrets on how to be the most beautiful you can, especially when you're dealing with pigmentation. And remember, head to the YourFix marketplace to find out more. Thank you for coming into the studio.
Lovely, thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. And you there, stay beautiful. Thanks for joining us at Beauty Club, and we'll see you again soon.